The cage is the rage. Why clinch training is so important for MMA. MMA is the only sport I can think of that takes place on two different areas of play, the cage and a ring. The iconic octagon was made famous by the UFC and is synonymous with MMA. For most fans, what would cage fighting be without the cage? What many fans don't realize is that MMA is just as likely to take place in an old, reliable boxing ring as it is in an octagon. From a casual fan's perspective, the action does not differ greatly from cage to ring. A good fight is a good fight regardless of where it takes place. However, for fighters and coaches, the difference can be astounding. Rings or cages can favor certain fighters' styles and alter training methods, tactics, and strategies. The modern MMA athlete has to adapt in both atmospheres, and understanding the differences can help propel a fighter to victory. Fighters such as Randy Couture turned fighting in the cage into an art form. Pinning your opponent against the cage, much like the ground, offers a chance to score with knees, elbows, and dirty boxing. When modified for the cage, takedowns including trips, double, and single legs can become higher percentage attacks. Since the cage has very little give to it, it is difficult to use your hips to defend takedowns. Hips are an important component of takedown defense. The following isolation drills can be done in one workout or over the course of time to allow fighters to adapt to fighting in the cage. Pinning. Fighters start in a clinch with one having his back against the cage. The goal is for the fighter with his back against the cage to change position, get his opponent on the cage, or drive off the cage. This helps teach fighters how to escape from bad positions as well as how to dominate an opponent on the cage. Takedowns. While controlling an opponent on the cage, the fighter will begin to add takedowns. The fighter will begin wrestling for and defending against one or two takedowns at a time and add techniques as they get more comfortable. Striking. Just like takedowns, the fighters will add various strikes to the pinning drills. Start with just the strikes, then add the takedowns back in. Fighters also will start to get comfortable moving back and forth between stand-up and clinch. Train the way you fight. Whether it's an octagon, hexagon, ring, pit, mat, or thunderdome, a fight is a fight. Fighters need every advantage they can get. Matching the correct training, tactics, and strategy to the location can be that advantage. There are many variables specific to the cage that need to be addressed. While training, never forget to take into account what advantages the cage may give you and your opponent. Anything can happen in MMA, and being prepared for your environment can be the difference between winning and losing. If you enjoyed this information, head over to www.clinchtrainingsecrets.com and pick up my free ebook, Wrestling is Killing MMA. I discuss the 3 areas of the clinch that can give you an advantage in the cage or on the street. Thank you very much.